Hello, and welcome to the crash site of my very first Sentinel Interceptor. Before I show you how I found the Interceptor, let us go back to where it all began, my orbiting space base over Genos Euphorbia. This is also my very first space station. I learned the technique for building an orbital base from a YouTube channel called Beeblebum. And Beeblebum is the channel for building and all the little hidden secrets of No Man's Sky, at least on YouTube, that I've found. And I want him to know that I very much appreciate learning these techniques from him. They've helped my game out immensely. As you can see, I designed a very simple base. It's not big, and I didn't exactly follow his instructions to the letter because I didn't feel the need to put a second base in orbit. It didn't need to be that high up. I wanted it inside the atmosphere. I wanted a cloud city effect, and thankfully I got it exactly the way I wanted it. The clouds do obscure vision from time to time, but they're very thin and they blow away quickly. It leaves you with an absolutely gorgeous cloud city effect. I built it with 3 electromagnetic generators on top of a hotspot on the surface. That part of Beeblebum's technique I did use, and it works perfectly. It did take 3 of them to power the space station. I used the free placement mode to sort of glitch their feet into the top of their biodomes. That makes them look better. Overall, I think this space station design works pretty well, although I'm not fond of how the ladders grab you and yank you upstairs. But other than that, it did pretty good. Thanks, Beeblebum. I'm going to zoom in on the Paradise Moon in this system. You see that tiny blue spot between the 2 larger planets? That is Illustrious Alpha, planet of the Black Towers. And here you will see the Interceptor land on the space station. I have placed a save beacon aboard the station to make this a little bit easier, because otherwise you'd be targeting the base on the surface. As I said, I did not build a second base in orbit. I did not feel the need to go that much further up, and it was a lot more work too late at night. I didn't want to do it, so nevertheless, it's worked out pretty well. I have had a couple of glitches where the full base menu did not want to activate. It would only give me the portable menu, but I just reloaded or came back later and it worked fine. Nice landing. I've moved to my freighter now because I love how the ambient lighting really shows off the detail of a ship, and I'd really like you to get a good look at this ship. It's a sort of Firefly or Bumblebee or Hornet look. You know, I am very pleased to have gotten such an iconic, mostly black Sentinel ship on my first attempt. I love the detail lighting, the undercuts and ridges on the wings. If there was one thing I could complain about, not that I am, I wish that those white pinstripes on the wings were yellow to go with the Bumblebee theme. Now here are the base stats from a scan I took of the ship when I first got it back to the station. I have since added a lot of upgrades, so the stats are different now. Here's my very first look at the crashed Sentinel Interceptor. It's in a crater on a caustic planet called Abadositox. And this planet is well named because it's highly toxic. So I suggest you bring your best toxic protection modules and all the elements you'll need to keep them well supplied, because you're going to need them, even when there's not a storm. Analysis is confirmed. This is the ship I've been chasing. So let's go check it out up close. Hold on, guys, here we go. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna like this. Yes, this is my very first look at the ship.
Toxic protection falling.
And since this was my very first Sentinel Interceptor, I really had no idea what to expect. I had looked at a few pictures of interceptors online and I realized they were all different. But as far as knowing what the crash site looked like and what to do there, I had no idea. I just wanted a good look at everything first, but Abydos was soon to throw her first toxic thunderstorm at me.
Weather warning. Incoming storm. Toxic protection falling.
I decided to wait the storm out in my current ship, so I just called it in from the landing site a few craters away. And now we wait. I took the time to look at a few things, keep track of some notes, and get a few pics of the coordinates that we need to have for this precise landing site. Wow, look at that outside toxicity rating. While I'm sure there's worse, that may be one of the highest toxicities I've ever seen. Anyway, it's nothing you want to be outside in, but let's look at these coordinates. There you see on the left panel my name and the planetary coordinates just below it. Let's skip ahead to a nearby monolith where I had to present my new brain for inspection and improvement. Ouch, that hurts even with hazmat gloves. For all you scarecrows out there, you finally got what you always wanted. This is the fully repaired interceptor at the local space station. I have not yet renamed it, nor given it any upgrade modules. This is the basic ship with its base stats. And this will be your first look at the inside, although it won't be my first look. I honestly still don't know if they're all different on the inside, or if the cockpits on the inside are all the same. Regardless, I like this inside. It has the unfinished, half-repaired look, but the running lights are really cool and the gold circuitry. I do really like the cockpit. I don't care for the red overlay that appears on the windscreen. Now that we've had a good look at this cockpit, I have some very important data to convey to you. This is the star system log record. It shows Abydos and the other planets in the system. And here is the picture from the crash site that I took later, having revisited and taken a picture of the glyphs. So there's the glyphs in the lower left. Here is another crash site picture, also with the same glyphs. Here is the local station with the same glyphs. Here are the glyphs from a random site on planet Abydos. These seem to be the glyphs for the site. Here is a signal booster with its numbers from a random site on Abydos. There's your coordinates on the planet, your precise location. Here are the glyphs again with their hexadecimal transcription. Now, this came from No Man's Sky Wikipedia. I hope it's accurate. Again, I'd like to thank Beeblebum for his great No Man's Sky channel and all the tips you can find there. His tutorials have certainly helped my game. Thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this look into my fantasy. Take care.